Because it's time to get in the first game of NAE East. Take it away, gentlemen.
Yes, sir, as we're on board
Zeke.
with Livingston. Livingston getting our first elim on the broadcast, Monster, and that's a 4-pointer right there and there. But Monster, I mean, we were kind of talking about a little bit of the day one performance as Livingston uses that nice right cam, gets it right over, gets up on that ramp, and boom, a nice two-piece right there on the outside of the agency on that cabin of the Nutcracker. But what I wanted to talk about was Commandment. Head of the cut, it is Mega outside here at the rig. Does find a nice opening shot right there on Teza and Mega. Part of the phase. A lot of people, a lot of pro teams out here. Monster, you got FaZe, you have TSM, you have E11 represented. But also we got to talk about the different types of platforms representing today. The middle of the island could put you in a bad place if you have to rotate in late.
That is true, and Lupian qualified through the console track. So he is one of the players that did qualify through the console track. Probably playing on PC today, just in general. He's going up against Lyrison right now, and he's going to get the better of the exchange there, Sancho. On day 2, you know, max that you can play is 20 full rounds. 2-day kind of format. Here's the RPG coming in, though, Sancho. This is, this is kind of tough to play on defense.
I like it. I mean, it is a definitely tough thing to do. The splash damage of the RPGs causing so much havoc, and they're going to kind of retreat back into Meowscles' little box factory. Illis doing his best to just kind of make the other... And let's take a look at height. It's just outside the tag zone. It is Cardarant trying to do his best to survive against Illis' kind of pressure from down below, and he does get the big tat he's looking for. Now let's gonna see how Illis responds to this. Sometimes the pro player just gets a little bit more aggro when they're low, just like Illis, but Illis retreats very, very intelligently and just gonna kind of take a moment here to breathe, but I don't think a Cardi is gonna let that happen.
Yeah, it's true. Caragent's looking for an opportunity here. I mean, Illis is doing a good job disengaging. Still a lot of plays to be made, though. He's going on those counter edits. Notice he is going on offense here, and Caragent's just taking his time right now, trying to find opportunity. I love the defensive edits as well that he's making. Notice he's being very cautious, putting that wall in front of him, even when he opens up those top halves.
And I did notice that Illis' average placement was about 50, so even though he did really well, he does have those matches where you kind of just get out a little bit early and Carradent, but of course it is the lack of the green that's going to hurt him with only 22 HP right there. No kind of white heals to pick himself up, but he does get the tag, holding height right now. Vexifier doing his best to survive, knowing that he maybe got that opening dink that could give him that opportunity to sneak right in. Has that piece control, and that is the danger right there, Monster, of walking into someone's fort. It's to someone's base, and Druk pays the price.
Yeah, Druk let his guard down, wandered into some murky water there, and he got bit for it, not being able to see what kind of dangers were awaiting him. Vexifier, recognizing that was his build. It was very nice on him. Made it too easy for Vexifier, though, and that's going to be a free point for him now. Druk's going to have to hit the drawing board here.
And to reiterate, the magic number for top 300 for EU was 143 points. So the people that kind of have like EMAT in the 70s or so, they just have to repeat the same performance that they had. It's Hunt with the beam right from above and ends the dream for that opening round for TNT.
There is a player underneath him. It's Void, who's on defense here, sitting in the box.
Hydraxis using the double. Ooh, he just gets the one with the wall, switches right over, and bang, ends that run right there. And you thought about he was just hoarding it. Nah, man, he was going to use those bad boys. You see a base a fort way back off in the top left, but it's going to be one of those interesting ways to see what happens. We have seen a lot of circles around Misty Meadows before. The Yellow Bridge came into play, as we did see D-Roller, who was a big factor in the previous day one. He had some victory royales, rolled through a lot of people. D-Roller coming from the console track, getting himself a nice elim with that metered shots, and he's going to go ahead and collect the fruits of his spoils there. But there is a vulture in the thing. He's like, wait a minute, you can't go in there and take my loot. That's my loot right there. And he's no doubt he's going to pick up this other elim with that nice spray down with that SMG.
But still, using this to pressure is still relatively good. I mean, it allows you to keep a low profile, so their business is going to get a very crucial shot. These are very, very big shots for him. He needs them to all connect right now, because he doesn't have any HP left.
He slides down the mountain. It's going to be a little bit of an issue. Almost maybe it works out for him because he's able to disengage without using any kind. Yeah, I mean, he had no material. So that was, I don't know if that was on purpose, but it worked out for them as he's going to go ahead and make his way and look around for anything to help him out. And even though he gets some nice, that was big. Rapids falls right into that right-hand side of Bizzle. Bizzle unable to get any of the materials, though, that left behind from Rapids, but no doubt picks up the Siphon, and the rest of the lobby hears that shots, and now Bizzle is doing that, and down goes Bizzle right there from Severe. And that is the, you know, yes, you came out on top right there, but you always have to be mentioned that slow down your rotation and allow the gatekeepers of the Storm to take a look and get you and earn that Siphon and the 4 points for that elimination there, Monster.
Can take his time on this rotate, but even then, you don't want to move too late. Someone does get beamed right here. See, Durant takes out Agalor. Now it's Outcast who's jumping into the build. I mean, the aggression because of the fact that he has this type of loadout. He's going to go for the drum gun, so he actually picks it up, opting to drop Sky's assault rifle, maybe because he didn't want to reload here, but also because the drum is just better at close quarters. Notice he's getting in the box right there. And that's it. Durant gets taken out the game, and Outcast gets a refresher now. He's got options to choose from here, Sancho.
I mean, you have either Sky's AR or Midas's drum gun, but that's going to be the options that he earned his way to, as Hunt does have a neighbor in the brick box next door, and you do not want to hear that sound, as Sundown says the drum gun makes bullets go brr, and Hunt just kind of scared Livingston a little bit and goes ahead and disengages, realizing that he has to get into the safe zone here as he makes his way easily with that use of the grappling gun. The grappling gun has been a big factor early in himself. I gotta ask, man, what do you do if you're on the defense against a drum gun? What is the fastest thing you can do? Is it create distance? Is it create switching layers? What is the options you have going against such a strong weapon?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything. You have to put in the combination of being able to hit your shot, but also get away if you're not feeling too confident. Those are one of the weapons you don't want to put yourself in a close quarter engagement. You're clearly at a disadvantage. So here, look, it's clear as day right now. He is on the least congested side of the zones. You know, you don't go from low ground to height like that, not without being smart and timing your rotates, and that's what you guys just witnessed.
And no doubt we're going to see clicks most likely on the top side of this, but we're back on board here with Hunt. And Hunt has the power of the Midas drum gun, looking for more boxes, using the cone edit, looking around to see what kind of wall is weak, who makes the mistake with building with wood, and that's going to be the green light for them to go full steam ahead. Hunt in a great position here, has himself 2 launch pads, so if anything gets tricky, as we always like to point out, the mountain is in play, and it was very cool to see Clicks kind of use the things that you've seen created. Now someone's in Hunt's box, and that is the mistake you want to be, like a spider, jumps right out and claims Pulse. 4 points right there as we get closer and closer. Remember, every 10 is more points on the board, and we get into crazy mode when it gets to the top 10. Now we're talking some impact eliminations that not only stop someone else from racking up points, but multiplies essentially. You go from a 4 point to 5 to 6, and then it gets crazier and crazier. And again, I am saying, I mean, Hunt, I think, is in a great place for a crazy in-game ride here, Monster.
Yes, he is. I mean, he had a good day one. If he can continue this, we're going to see him amongst the top 300. Right now, he's kind of vibing, dude. 3 elims in the first game is setting himself for a momentous swing, especially because he's close to endgame with a grappler. He can get himself some placement points. He could be on his way. Remember, 5 eliminations in a Victory Royale is well worth over 50 points. So just a couple elims, just a dubski, and you're going to be up there. You're going to earn yourself a lot of points here. As Simple as jumping into someone's box now. He's got what looks like some not simple problems because he's got the zone on his back. He's got players on his layer. And now he's in the zone itself.
Emad going down in the 34th placement or so Emad goes down. But yeah, Simple's plans have gotten very complex as the Storm is going down, but Simple is trying to make Arkham's Razor come out and make things a little bit easier for them. He's going to try to stay in the air as far as possible and just eliminate the verticality that is happening right now as this circle just gets away, sneaks up on somebody, gets some blue hits, and gets right in the box and finishes up with my main man special, Clay, with a nice harpoon play. Monster, Simple, you said so yourself, was in a complex situation, but did a very complex play right there.
That was a crazy good play. The harpoon was risky, but it has such high damage, such a reliable weapon at very close range. He manages to play off. The risk did pay off here. Here's back with Outcast. What we see is connecting with that drum gun. There was a reason he picked it up. He already had Sky's assault rifle, valuing the drum gun over it. Obviously now, and look, he's still throwing salt in the wound of every competitor that falls to him every single time. Here he is. He still hasn't reloaded this bad boy, but it doesn't matter. It has just enough kind of bullets in the mag here to let it ring. Let's see. He's now jumping into someone else's lair. Normally, an endgame players want to find their own lair, but not Outcast, not Hunt. Not when he has a loadout like this. He's jumping in boxes with the drum gun. That's what you see every single time. It's so textbook. It's so simple. Tabs is going to fall here, and he's out the game now.
Out of the game, and Hunt gets himself a legendary pump shotgun as we're flying over. Simple had a great day at day one, 158th place, so in the middle of the pack. But Hunt is chasing and hunting down the rest of the pack of this server as he gets another one and lines it up against lined up. And now we're getting into those impact frags here, Monster, where big time points are being thrown on the board. Weigel right now is no doubt hearing the sound of the Midas drum gun. Weigel gets one on OKers, so now it's Weigel going up against in the top 4 against Hunt. Can Hunt get the rest of the lobby out with Midas's drum gun, beating it down everybody?
And you got to think about it. He's in a situation where he could use the grappler exactly now. He's trying to do that just now. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, he can set up for height right now. He has enough material as well. The player up there knows, though. He kind of gave away his ace play because he missed the grapple the first time. He's going to get taken out the game. There's only 3 players left now. Simple being one. Someone else is in the zone here. And if Simple griefs height, I mean, whoever is in the zone can come out and possibly win this game here, Sancho.
No doubt, Simple in a 1v1 situation. He had a complex situation, but here he goes with the rocket launcher. Just gonna go ahead and do the deed. It does. Big time explosion and a big time 45 points and the victory royale.